gentlemen, what the world's been waiting for, what the world needs now, the one, the only, amazing, original Johnny Blaze. Often imitated, but never duplicated. Here's Johnny.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you all to the amazing original Johnny Blaze show. It's always great to be here as I blaze right in with my karate kick. Let's have a blazing hot fun time. When I was a boy, my father called me into his room and he said, I'm going to teach you an important lesson. I want you to go ask your mother and big sister if they would sleep with Brad Pitt for $1 million. Okay, I went and asked my mother the question, and she replied, oh yes, I sleep with him. We could use the money to fix up the house. And then I asked my teenage sister, and she began to moan and writhe on her bed. After that, I walked back to my dad's room. What did you learn, son? He asked. I replied, get Mr. Pitt on the phone. I just heard that we've been sitting on $2 million all these years. An old woman took a package to the post office, and the postman asked the woman how she would like the package shipped. The old lady replied, no hurry, as long as the package is delivered in my lifetime. In that case, replied the postman, we'd better ship it Priority Express. Misers are lousy to live with, but they make great ancestors. We have a blazing hot fun show with a special guest. He's a multi-talented singer, songwriter, and guitarist. Please give a big warm welcome and say hello to Robert Ross.
Hey Johnny, how you doing?
Okay, you?
I woke up on the right side of the dirt today. It's been great.
I'm glad you look sharp. Look at that, the cowboy hat. You got the nice smile. Yeah, fantastic. Welcome to the Amazing Richard Johnny Blaze Show. It's great to see you again. All right.
Thank you. Yeah, good to see you again. Thanks for having me back.
My pleasure. Happy holidays to you also. All right. Give me a rundown, Robert. Tell me about the Robert Ross story. How'd you get started in entertainment? Where are you from? Give me a whole rundown.
Well, I'm originally from East Coast of Canada. I was born and raised East Coast Canada, New Brunswick, and uh, yeah, got involved in music from an early age. Has always been there. My mom was a beautiful singer. She never sang professionally, but she was always singing around the house and that. And as I got a bit older, then started going to house parties and kitchen parties, as we call them back home. And there's always all kinds of talent around, so doing that, and then just continued on up through the process. And as I got older, and heading off to the bars and singing and playing, and now we're here in Nashville.
Oh, I see. So it was early on. How young would you say you were when you got started then?
Oh, well, I didn't start doing it professionally for many years. It wasn't until I was probably in my late 30s before I started doing anything professionally, seriously.
I see. Okay, and what did you do before you got involved in entertainment? What did you do? You must have had some other jobs.
How much time do you have?
I got plenty of
I
time.
did a lot of things. I had my own renovation business for a while. I did a lot of that. I worked in the construction industry, drove heavy equipment, drove a truck for a while, spent 11 and a half years in the Army. Um, when I got out of the military, I wanted to do something completely different, so I ended up doing a massage therapy course. And
Wow,
yeah, so I've done a little bit of everything.
you're Robert of all trades, right? Okay.
That's right.
Fantastic. Who is now as far as who inspired you now as far as music? Who do you look up to? Anybody in particular?
Quite a few over the years. My biggest hero in music would be Johnny Cash. I've always loved Johnny Cash. Phenomenal, great storyteller, great songwriter, great entertainer, and then all the old greats like Merle Haggard and Willie Nelson and Chris Christopherson, another guy that I truly admire. And then up into the neo-traditional country, be George Strait and Randy Travis, those guys.
Wow, there's quite a few people in country. As far as
Yeah.
your music now, what kind of music is that? The kind of music you go for? Do you go for country, or you go for anything else like rock or pop or folk or jazz or rhythm and blues or gospel?
Well, I love all kinds of music. Everything, uh, every kind of music, every genre has something really good about it. And I respect and admire every genre, but I'm country through and through. If, I do like some of the classic rock, and every once in a while I'll throw something like that into one of my sets. But even when I'm singing a rock song, it comes out country.
You got a country style, a country talent, and his country voice, and you love country all the way around. That's what you're
I
telling me.
do, yeah. Yes, country's always been my main music. I've always loved country.
I got you. Yeah, so there's something about country that really appeals.
That's right, yeah. Well, it's the stories in it, it's relatable. And most country songs, there's a good story to it.
I see. Is that what you really prefer? You really like when you write your music, your songwriter? Did you like to tell a story? Pretty much. Is that what you're?
Yeah, that's the meat and potatoes of a song, as they say. It's the story behind it. And if you can have a good story, and the better you can paint that story. I've always admired Chris Christopherson because to me he was the best songwriter that ever graced planet Earth. Because you listen to a Chris Christopher song and it paints a picture. You can see the song, not only hear it, but you can see the song.
Well, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Both dimensions, hearing and seeing. That's even better, right?
That's
Yeah.
right, yeah. So I always try to do that. Always try to keep that in mind that if I am writing a song, then I want the person to not only be able to hear the song, but if they close their eyes, they can see the image of the song.
I think that's great. That's really good. That's what I prefer, like about doing what I'm doing is also video casting. You can not only hear it, you can see it. On
Absolutely.
podcast, you're limited just to hearing it, of course. So I agree with you completely. When you write
Yeah.
songs now, would you say the music comes first or the words come first?
It's a funny question because most people, it happens, you either get the music or you get the lyrics. But with me, God blesses me with giving me the music and the lyrics at the same time. It's been like that ever since I've started writing. A song will come to me and the music and the lyrics will be there together.
Well, that's different because
Yeah,
many people have said that they start off with music or they start with words, but now you're telling me you do both, and that's hey, as long as it works out from what you're telling me, it does.
yeah, it does. Yeah, yeah. Been very, very fortunate.
And do you prefer the slows type of songs or the fast songs? Does it make a difference?
I love them all. I do love ballads. I love writing ballads, and I love the feel of them. But it's pretty darn good to write a good party tune also.
Okay, so you're up for either happy
You
or sad.
betcha.
It doesn't matter. It depends on what you feel like, right? What you're in the mood for. Okay.
Yeah, well, I've been asked many times how do I write a song, and I always tell people, and I don't know. It's a gift from God, and I just tune into that station when the song comes, and it's a gift that way.
That's a special talent. Not just anybody can do that. That's for sure.
Hmm.
Now, when you do your performances, are you you're a solo artist, or have you have a band, or have you worked with a band?
Yeah, well, it all depends on the venue, depends on what people want. Um, if they want a band, they get a band. If they want a two-piece or three-piece, then it all boils down to what the venue or whoever is hiring can afford. So if they want a full band, then they get a full band. But I'm probably going to start doing a bit more full band work coming up in the next couple of years. For the last few years, I've been doing a lot of solo work,
I
but
see.
yeah, just did I lose you here?
Pardon me. What was that,
Oh,
Robert?
there you go. I thought I lost you.
Oh no, I'm
The
here. I'm
Yeah,
here.
it went blank there for a minute. I thought I'd lost you.
Okay. Can you see me now? Hear me?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got you. You're there.
Okay, great.
But yeah, it all depends on who's doing the hiring and what they want for their venue.
Okay, so you've been doing mostly solo, but you're in the future thinking about doing bands. Does that mean have you ever worked with a band before?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, several times. Yeah.
Oh, I see. And
It's just that the show that I've been doing for the last couple of years here now is it's kind of a Nashville, well, not kind of, it is a Nashville songwriter style of show where it's just me and the guitar, sit down, tell the stories behind the songs, and sing the song for the people.
you play an acoustic guitar or electric or both?
Acoustic. It's an
Very.
acoustic electric. It's an acoustic guitar, but it's amplified.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Did you teach yourself how to play the guitar and sing, or did you ever take any lessons? Or
I've never taken lessons, no. Self-taught, and maybe I should have. But no, I've never taken lessons. I just everything I've learned by ear. And for singing, it's just one of those things that it was a gift from God, and I'm very blessed to have been given it.
well, you have a great attitude. You're very modest, and that's fantastic. Okay, as far as in the past, okay, with your band members, can you talk to me about any band members that you met, and how did you go about meeting them, and what instruments did they play in the past?
Well, there's been a lot of people that a lot of musicians that I've worked with over the years. Um, Everything from harmonica to lead guitar, bass guitar, drums, keyboards, steel guitar, fiddle, banjos. It just again, it all depends. And nowadays, it's if you're playing with a band, a lot of times it's a band for hire. So, you go to one city and you do a pickup band. And most of the musicians that you deal with are very professional, so that you just give them, as long as you get them the charts and everything, uh, at that level, they're pretty good. You don't have to worry too much about them.
So you play other instruments too. You're multi-talented, multi instrumentalist. Besides the six the
Me,
guitar,
no,
oh,
no, no,
you say
no.
piano.
I just play guitar.
Oh,
I'd I've been carrying around a harmonica for about 12, 13 years now, and keep threatening I'm going to learn to that, but I've never haven't learned it yet. I'd love to learn some other instruments. It's just the time that it takes in doing that.
I got you. On your shows now, when you travel, talk to me about the where have you traveled to, and what are your favorite venues, and also have you ever gone on tour? Also,
Yeah, actually, this has been a really busy year. We just got back to Nashville just a few weeks ago. We're on the road basically from the beginning of June. Did the Eastern Seaboard and in the U.S. and made our way up to Eastern Canada. End up spending was 6 weeks in Eastern Canada. We're back to Nashville for a week from there, and then did a Western Canada tour. Was out in Western Canada for 4 weeks, and from there came back to Nashville. It was just a very quick turnaround, one day, and then I was in Europe for a month. So a very busy, very summer that we had.
which out of all the different places venues, is there any one that stands out that's the most memorable that you can remember?
They all have their own little bits and pieces. What I did this summer that was very memorable was I'm an ex-service member. I spent 11 and a half years in the Army, and I'm a current Legion member also. And the Legions uh, are hurting in a way that, with membership and money coming in, a lot of them are closing down. So what I did was I wanted to give back a little bit, because Legions here in the U.S. and in Canada, they do a lot for ex-service members, they do a lot for service members, and they do a lot for the community. So I wanted to give back a little bit this year. And what I did was in Canada, it was all Legion shows. Went in there and trying to raise a bit of money for them. So they're all very memorable. So those ones.
I got you. So it sounds like you've done some charity. It sounds like you've done some charity. Then you've done some charity work.
I do some charity work from time to time. Yeah,
Once in a while.
you can't do it all the time, because yeah, you gotta put food in the belly.
Yeah. Is there any ones that stand out? Any charity experiences that you have that have stood out in your time and career? I know you're very busy, of course. I know.
Yeah, one that I did this is a few years ago. It was over in Australia. and I did it for a church, and it was a Christmas morning show that I put on for what the church did. They do this big meal Christmas, and so all the homeless people or people who don't have family, people who it was open to anyone, but majority of the people are coming in was people that were by themselves or homeless, and they come in for a beautiful meal. So and they came in for the meal, fed them, and then I did about an hour and a half show for them. So that one stands out
Yeah, I
in
like
my
that.
memory.
That reminds me, it's like the Laugh Factory in Los Angeles too. They do that for the homeless people that don't have a
Yeah,
place, relatives or a place to go, and they give them a nice meal and they put on a show for them. Yeah.
yeah. You got to give back. And I've been very blessed in my life, my career, and that. I've had a lot of people help me out along the way. So I recognize that and respect the fact that I need to do the same thing. I need to give back.
Well, it's always a good thing.
Yeah,
It's all called karma. What goes around comes around, right? You're sending out
absolutely.
positive karma to people, and that's coming back to them. You're remembering where you came from, and you're not thinking that you're too good for others. But you're very modest,
Yeah,
but you're very
yeah.
grateful that you've been given the talents, and so now you want to give back. And I think that's fantastic. That's
That's
a
right. Well, I grew up pretty poor. Came from a very poor community, and had some rough times in my life. So I know what it's like to need,
well, yeah.
not just want, but need. I know what that feels like, and it's not a great position to be in.
Well, it's like my favorite performer Elvis Presley said he had a song called "Walk a Mile in My Shoes."
Yeah,
You never tread
absolutely,
in someone else's shoes, you don't understand or know what it's like to go through certain things. That's
absolutely. And if more people in the world took the time to do that, it'd be a little more interesting place to live, wouldn't it?
I agree. It would be a better place, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like your philosophy. Okay. On your shows now, talk to me about have you ever had a show? Okay, have you ever had a show where you tried hard to make it work, and for some reason, no matter what, it just didn't. It's called Murphy's Law. If anything go wrong, it can and it will. Has that ever happened?
Yeah, there's one that stands out most in my mind. It was a small little town in outback Australia, and I went in there to do a show, and uh, I was playing, and there was no reaction from people whatsoever. And I'd never experienced that in my life. It's just, people usually get involved in music, and right from the very first song, I always get the audience or try to get the audience involved. But there was nothing. Couldn't reach them anyway, anyhow. And so I ended up doing the whole show. And it's even funny, like if someone got up to go to the bathroom, they'd get up and they walk. If they walk past you, their eyes would drop to the floor and they walk past it. It was like the weirdest thing ever. So I finished my show and I thought, man, I'm not going to get paid for this. There's no way because the audience was just not there. There was people there, but they weren't there, kind of thing. So anyway, here I am packing up, and the owners came up to me. And the owners of the venue came up to me, and it was like, "Oh, here we go." And they said, "Oh, what a great show! We loved it. Everybody here was loved it." And I was like, "You kidding me?" They said, "When can we get you back?" And I'm thinking to myself, "There is no way I'm ever coming back here again."
Was he joking with you or is he serious?
No, they were serious. They were very serious. They loved it and thought it
Was
was a great show, but
you thought it was
it
really
was
bad,
funny, and
yet
that's
they still loved it. Oh boy,
that
would you
was the
consider that the
only.
most would that be the most embarrassing show you've ever had, or was there anything else that you would say you'd want to forget, but how can you forget it because it was so bad? Would you
Yeah,
say
well,
that was the one, or is that another one? Is
that
there anything like
that was the hardest money I ever made in my life. That was, most of the time go out and play music. It doesn't really feel like work. It's work. You feel drained afterwards, but that one in particular, oh my goodness, I was so completely drained, just physically and mentally.
so? You yourself didn't think it was that great, even though they did, and you thought, oh, I don't want to come back here.
Yeah, well, I knew that I put on a good show. Like I always, it doesn't matter if there's one person there, if there's 2,000 people there. I'll give them a good show. I'll always give 110% every time I get on stage. There's no denying that. And I was giving it everything I had there, and there was just absolutely no reaction. No one, there's no one clapping. There was no one engaging. It was funny.
So you
Now
felt
I
like
think back now, it was funny.
you felt like you're playing to nobody. That
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
yet they said it was a great show, wanted you back. Go figure,
Yeah,
right?
I could have been playing some backwoods town in China where no one would understand a lick of English, and I probably would have gotten more response.
Where was this at now? This particular one was it
It
Australia?
was in out. I won't say the name of the town, but it was Outback Australia in Outback Queensland.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
So that would probably be the highlight as far as the one that you want to forget that was kind of embarrassing. That's what it sounds like to me.
I'll I'll not forget it. I'll remember that one till my eyes close forever.
I see. Okay. Have you ever forgot the words of a song or your guitar string broke? And if you did, how did you go about handling those situations?
Well, forgetting the words of songs, if there's any artist out there that tells you that it doesn't happen, it does. Yeah, it's just one of those things. You can sing a song, 10,000 times, and just out of the blue, it'll happen that you just don't remember the words. But what most artists do, include myself included, is that you just keep going. And as a songwriter, you just make up the words until the words start coming to you again.
I got you. Spontaneous, act like nothing happened.
It is, yeah. And honestly, 99% of the time, there not be a single soul in the audience that will notice that you're putting different words in there.
I see. What
It's
about the
just
guitar? Okay.
it,
What you
sorry.
just okay. I'll let you finish and then I'll ask you. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's just one of the hazards of the trade, I guess, that it happens, and you just keep on going. You just pretend it doesn't happen, keep on singing words, and then the words all eventually come back. The real words.
That makes a lot of sense. And what about
Yeah.
the guitar strings being broken? Has that ever happened? And if that did, well, how would
Oh,
you handle that?
oh yeah, yeah. A lot of times, what I do is I have a second guitar on stage with me, and if I break a string, then I'll just pick up the other guitar.
So you're
And
prepared. You're very well prepared.
yeah, but most times, it's a new set of strings when you're going on to do a show anyway. So it's very rare these days that break a string on stage these days.
Do you have audience participation? If so, how do you get the audience to participate?
Absolutely, that's a mandatory thing for my shows. I love getting the audience involved, right from the very first song. Get them involved, get them sing along, and a lot of my songs has they have a very memorable hook. So I like to get them involved by singing that back to me. Call response kind of thing.
You ever get started? Tell them to try to get this. Use your hands to try to get them started, or try to get them to do the wave, or any try to direct them in any way.
No, no. Most people are pretty good. It's just the way I get them involved is sometimes I'll pull someone out of the audience to come up and sing with me, or get them up and just have fun with them, and then just with some of my songs like Jack Daniels, one of people love that song. So in the line, one of the lines from the song is Jack Daniels, I thought you was my friend. So I get them to sing that back to me. I Will Rise is another one. Uh, when I say that, they sing it back. So get them involved that way.
Yeah, it's always great to if you can have them sing your song or really participate and get involved. That makes you feel great. It's a really good
Yeah,
feeling.
absolutely.
Do you have any before you do your performances now? Do you have any a lot of people people in entertainment? They have it's get when they get nervous about it and everything. Performance anxiety. Do you have any performance anxiety before you get ready to?
No, I'm pretty relaxed before a show. There's always that little bit of I wouldn't really call it anticipation, I guess would be a good word for it before a show. But as soon as I get on stage and the first words come out, then it's just straight into it, smooth sailing.
Once you get going, then that's it. You forget about that.
Yeah, yeah. But no, I don't get nervous. Um, I look forward to getting on stage. That's what I love. The writing of the songs and the practicing of the songs all leads up to that moment on stage. So to get on stage, that's when you deliver your babies to the world. You let them hear them. So you're putting yourself out there, and it's a wonderful thing to be on stage. It's the best drug in the whole wide world.
Well, that's wonderful. That's how people get through. They love their music and they love the performances of people like yourself, and
Mm.
you're giving to them with your mind, body, heart, and soul, and they're receiving it. And
Yeah, absolutely.
it's a positive two-way thing. It's a win-win situation.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
do you do any meet and greets or sign autographs or take photos in your shows?
Yeah, absolutely. Every single show, I'm always there to. I've always believed right from the very beginning when I started doing this that it doesn't matter how long it takes. I will stay there until the last person is gone. If someone wants to talk to me, I will always be available to have them come up and chat with me, to sign an autograph or to if they want to buy some merch. Because without the fans, then I'm just singing into the wind. So I will always take the time for the fans.
Well,
Always have, always will.
that's what Elvis used to do too. He never turned anybody down, and in fact, they tried to rip off his clothes, and he said, "That's okay. They're the ones that put the clothes on me. Well, I
That's
don't
right.
without the fans, you don't have anything."
That
So
that's right. Yeah.
you think like just like he did, yeah. Anyway, what about now? As far as in life, there's a lot of rejection, but especially in entertainment. Um, how do you handle rejection yourself?
I'm pretty thick-skinned. Rejection doesn't bother me at all.
No?
I spent 11 and a half years in the military, so I have a pretty thick skin. There's not too much that someone can do to me or say to me that's going to affect me in an adverse way.
I got you. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good that you're able to handle it.
Yeah.
Some people can't, but you're able to. Okay.
No, that's it. Well, not everybody likes what everyone does. It's just not everyone likes country music. Not everybody likes rock music. So, but the people that come to my shows, they know what they're coming for, and that's the beauty of. I don't play bars. I don't play bars very often anymore. Actually, I can't remember the last time I played at a bar now. So people that are coming to my shows know what they're coming for, and so I haven't had any rejection like that for some time.
Well, that's why Ricky Nelson composed the song "Garden Party." Because people are going to throw rotten eggs at him because he was singing his earlier popular hits, so he came up with "Garden Party" and Madison Square Garden. If you can't please everybody, please yourself. And it's
That's
true.
right. You can't please everybody, so you got to please yourself.
That's yeah. He made sense, and he was right about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very good. Now let me ask you: have you ever what's your okay? As far as what do you think of your the talent shows that are out there now? There's American Idol, America's Got Talent, X Factor, The Voice. Do you think that those are beneficial for people who want to be successful in the business?
Yeah, to teach their own, I'd say, like if that's the avenue that someone wants to take, then absolutely. It does offer quick access into the business if if you end up winning. Even if you don't win, I suppose on some of those shows, if the people like you, then it gives you that exposure. Um, I think it's unfortunate that those shows have become all about the sob story these days, and it's a little more about the backstory than it is about the music. It seems like whoever has the biggest sad or the biggest and the saddest story to talk about on TV, then they're the ones to go the furthest.
So you're talking about ratings. They want the most interesting stories for the highest ratings. Besides the talent.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't think it's even the most interesting story. It's all about drama these days. It's um everybody has a sad story. I have a sad story. You have a sad story. Person next door has a sad story. But I think that those shows, it's called talent show, so it should be about the talent and not the sad story, the
I
sob
agree.
story, whatever you want to call it.
I agree. They want something that's going to give them the ratings and get the attention and get the ratings. So that's what they
Yeah,
look for. Besides talent, but they
yeah.
accentuate the stories and the ratings, getting people's attention. Huh?
Absolutely.
It
Yeah,
works.
I haven't watched one of those shows in years. Back when they first started, like when America, um, or Who's Got Talent or whatever it's called,
Right.
when that first started out, it was good. It was all about music. It was all about the talent. Um, or what's the one I'm thinking of?
Oh, American
American
Idol.
Idol. American Idol. That was the first one that came about. And well, actually, there's more before that. Long before that, there's Star Search and all those other ones. But like American Idol, when it first started, it was a great show because the focus was the music. Whoever was the best at performing, at singing, that was it. And then it just morphed into who has the biggest sob story these days.
Things change.
Yeah,
From the early days when Simon Cowell was extremely nasty, he says he regrets it now being nasty, but that got people's attention and he said what he thought.
yeah,
However, he insulted quite a few people, but now he's more laid back and he's more content. He's a happy camper, so it's not the same. But they do discover some great talent. I mean, they've had great talent. Even
yeah.
American Idol, like Carrie Underwood or Kelly Clarkson, is where she got her big break.
Yeah, yeah, that it's opened the doors for a lot of people, and it's been, it's even people who haven't won, it came in second, third, and or even placed in the top 10. A lot of them have gone on to have pretty decent careers. And there's been exceptions, like Carrie Underwood and Kelly Clarkson is just, above and beyond. It's just they're off in their own league.
That's right. Daughtry's a good example. He didn't win it, but he still became successful.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think he came in what, second or third, didn't he?
Second place, I think, or third,
Second, yeah.
second or third. You're right.
Yeah, yeah, and incredibly talented, and he's had a great career also.
Oh yeah, and they've had some. Well, they've had some great talent. Even America's Got Talent. That Terry Fader is another one. He's a great ventriloquist. He made it big, and he's had his own Las Vegas show. They've had magicians that have made it too. They've all kinds of well, comedians not too often, but anyway, American Idol. That's right. They had all kinds of other shows in the past too. I mean, you're right. There was Star Search, and there was that other one, Amateur Hour, and everything. Ted Mack's Amateur Hour. Arthur Godfrey
Yeah,
was another one. They had quite a few.
yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, you're fortunate to be able to do something that you love. You're very fortunate. Not everybody has the talent or the ability to do it, and you're a success.
Mm.
As far as your songs now, do you prefer original songs or do you prefer cover songs or both equally?
For my shows,
Yeah, in general. Yeah, when you do your shows and in general.
yeah, when my shows is predominantly my own music. Uh,
Okay.
as a songwriter, I want to showcase my music. So, and I have a lot of songs I've released out there in the past years. So, and then a lot of new stuff too. And I keep writing, so there's always more material that's ready to go. So the majority of the songs in my show are my own songs that I've written. But I do love to throw in some of the old standards, some Johnny Cash or Chris Christopherson, Charlie Pride from time to time. So
That's
I like putting some of that stuff in.
okay.
No,
Well,
if you want to look for some of my songs, my latest single is well, the latest single is "The Rockin' Christmas,"
the Rock and
and
Christmas.
then
Okay.
I released "People Like Me" a few months ago, and then "Drink 'Em Down." That's another one of mine. "Mama Song's" another one of mine. Jack Daniels, "Better with Time."
Oh
Yeah.
wow. How'd you go about creating all those songs?
It's a gift from God. It truly is. And like I said, people ask me, how do I write a song? I usually say I don't know. And it's just whenever God decides to give them to me, then I put it down on paper. Or these days it's computer. Type it into the computer.
I see. It just comes to you. Just have a natural.
They come to me.
You have a natural talent. Not everybody has that ability. That is a special talent. Yeah.
I once heard, I can't remember who said it, but I heard it many years ago. And the saying was that every song that has been written or ever will be written has been written. And all you need to do is tune into it. So it's like every song that'll ever be written is out there and it's just floating on that big heavenly radio station. And if you can tune into the dial when that song is being played, it'll come to you.
I like that. I like the way that sounds. It sounds great. That's phenomenal. Have you ever met or worked with any celebrities at all, Robert?
Um, yeah, I've haven't directly worked with them, but been in the same venues and same lineups and things like that. But um, I've been doing a lot of solo work the last few years, and so yeah, I don't cross paths with a lot of people these days.
Okay, so you haven't met or worked with any celebrities ever. All right, you never know.
I'm
That can happen
Some
sometime.
people say I'm a celebrity.
You're a celebrity in your own, I guess, in your own venue or whatever you're doing in your own mind, right? Okay, some people might think that though. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Have you ever now talk to me about any television or radio or podcasts or even theatrical performances that you've done? Any ones that you've done that stand out?
I've done. I'm always doing interviews and podcasts with people from all over the world. I had some from Europe just a little while back that were really, and they're all great. They're all fun to do, and it's like doing this here. I enjoy it. Enjoy chatting with you, with other people. It's good fun.
Well, yeah, it is fun. But are any ones in particular that you've done? Can you talk to me about any shows that you've ever been on, or any radio shows, or any podcasts, or any theatrical ones? Any ones that you remember that stand out that you've experienced?
Well, one of the big things that's happened recently, one of my songs called "Drink 'Em Down," that song's been featured. Do you know of the TV show called Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone?
Oh, Tulsa King. It sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a big production, and it's on Paramount Plus. And yeah, Sylvester, it's in the third season now. So the season premiere this year had one of my songs in it. So that was a pretty big feather in my cap, that one.
Was that on? That was television that you were on?
Yeah, it's on TV. Yeah, it's on Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus. Okay, right. That
Yeah,
sounds
and it's
interesting.
on Tulsa King.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
So season three, the season premiere. Yeah,
well,
Drink
thank
'Em Down.
drink
Great
them
song.
down. Oh,
Yeah, it's
fantastic. What about radio and podcasts? Any other ones that you have done that you stand out?
it. Oh, there's just so many. It's just I did. I've done four interviews this week, and I was on a podcast just yesterday, I think it was. So yeah, it's just they're all equally good. I wouldn't pick one over the other. It's just I appreciate every single one of them. I appreciate them taking the time to have me in. I appreciate them taking the time to ask me questions, and it's humbling that you know this little fella from Eastern Canada that people want to take the time to have a chat with me.
Well, that's important. That means that you're people remember you. People like you. You're likable,
I hope so.
and they like you, and you've got a nice smile, and you've got a lot of talent and a lot of abilities, and you love what you're doing, and you have a lot of positive qualities, a lot of things to be grateful for.
Mhm. I do, and I give thanks every morning and every night. When I get up in the morning, I give praise and thanks for all the blessings in my life, and at night, before I go to bed, same thing, give thanks and praise.
That makes sense. That makes sense. So there's nothing in particular. Okay, you've done quite a few, but there's nothing you can remember specifically about any radio shows or podcasts or even theatrical performances that stand out.
Um, I'm trying to think. There's been so many of them.
Right.
The well, the last one we did, that was a great one. That was a really good one.
Oh yeah, the one we did quite a while back. I'm glad that you,
Yes.
yeah, I'm glad you decided to come back on. That's cool.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm honored that you have me back.
Yeah, well, you're the first person. I mean, I've interviewed quite a few people, but you're the first person that has that distinction of being a guest again to come back on the show. So that's
Oh, well,
fantastic.
I hope I get to come back again after this.
I hope so too.
I have actually coming up it'll probably be the first couple of weeks of February. I have a new song coming out, and I'm doing a duet. It's something new for me. I've never done a duet before, so it's
Oh,
with
cool.
a lovely name lady. Her name is Jericho, incredibly talented, voice of an angel,
Cool.
and so that's going to be coming out in February. So maybe we come back. I'll come back and have a chat with you then.
Sounds good. Sounds like a winner. All right, good. That sounds, yeah, we'll have to try to make a plan for that. Okay.
Yeah.
February. All right. Phenomenal. Yeah. You're gonna do a duet, so you've never done a duet before. All right.
No, it's the first time that ever recorded a duet, and it's a song that we wrote together. Wrote it with Jericho and another lady. Her name is Shannon Bizzoni. So we wrote that song, and Jericho and I recorded it.
This person that you're gonna have, you're gonna do a duet now. How did you meet her? Was she on one of your other performances or somebody introduced you or how did you meet her?
I met her through the other writer on that song, Shannon. I met her at a song pitch at the NSAI, Nashville Songwriters Association International. So I was down there at one of their song pitches, and she just happened to be sitting beside me. And she's originally from Australia, and so anyway, we started talking. And because Australia is home for me, I'm based in Nashville, but Australia is home. I was born in Canada. Australia is home, based in Nashville. So I got talking to her, and we were talking about Australia and everything, and there was a function that was happening the next night, and she said it was an Australian function, and she said, "Are you here in Nashville?" And she said, "Are you going to be going to it?" I said, "First, I'm hearing of it." So I went down and caught up with her there, and her one of her best buds is Jericho. So we started chatting, and we said, well, we should get together and write a song. So a few weeks later, we sat down and we wrote the song that we just recorded.
Fantastic. And what was the name of that again?
It's called Heaven with You.
Heaven with You?
Yeah,
Heaven with You. Yeah, I like
yeah,
it.
beautiful, beautiful love song.
It's a catchy song. It's a catchy title. Well, I haven't heard the
Yeah.
song, but I'm sure it's catchy. I'm sure it's beautiful.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
well, it'll be released within the first couple of weeks of February. Not sure the exact date yet, but it'll be in beginning of February sometime.
I see. Phenomenal. That's congratulations on that. How many would you say, how many albums and CDs have you produced in your career?
I have two CDs, two albums that I've produced, and I have a third one that I've recorded, but it won't be released now till probably sometime in 2027 because I still have songs off my current album that I'm releasing. So they'll take us through the rest of the 2026 and then
What
partway into 2027 for those.
what are the names of the albums that also the Christmas song again that you said is coming out?
Yeah, my first album's called It's Never Too Late. And that it was kind of funny because normally an album gets named by one of the songs on the album is usually the title of the album. But over the years I had people saying to me, "When are you going to release an album?" It's been a long time. We're waiting. I said, "Yeah, yeah, it's coming, it's coming." So when I finally recorded the album, and I was thinking for a title for it, and it was like, well, I should have picked this song, should have picked that song for a title, and I thought, well, since it's taken so long for me to make an album, I'll just call it "It's Never Too Late."
Oh, wow, that's
And
clever.
then my second album is titled "Better with Time."
Better with time. Okay, I
Yeah,
like it. I like the sound of it. It sounds fantastic. And then you got a Christmas song again. What was that called
I
again?
do. Yeah, it's called "Rockin' Christmas." Great song. It's out there on Spotify and Apple Music and all the other platforms. And you can go to YouTube if you look up "Rockin' Chris," Rockin with the apostrophe. There's no G in it, just Rockin with the apostrophe, and then Christmas, and then Robert Ross, and you'll find it. Great video. Had a couple of very beautiful dancers come in
Mm,
and help me out.
fantastic.
And
Uh,
the video was produced by a local company here in Nashville called Nashville Rocks.
let's see. Now, how do you go about making music videos now? How do you go about creating? I mean, there's a special technique, of course, to do your music videos.
Yeah, well, you need to have in mind a story that you want, and that it kind of has to flow with the story of the song. So you do up a storyboard, which is you write down what you want for the scene, at what part of the song you want it in, and you just go through that way. And then it's just a matter of capturing each take for each individual part of the song.
Sounds interesting.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a fun process. It's again, it's kind of like songwriting where you just create something out of nothing. But with a video, you're not starting with nothing because you have the song to pick from.
And so,
And
which music video stands out for you and your experiences when you do this?
there's Jack Daniels was a really fun one to do. It's a good drinking song and it was fun. We had a lot of fun filming that one. We shot it in a bar over in Australia, and then "Don't You Cry" is another one that's very near and dear to my heart because there was people from all over the world involved in that one. It's um, it's about losing someone, and that person is talking back to the ones they left behind. And so anyway, what I did, the idea that I had for that one was to get fans from all over the world send me pictures of them holding a picture of a loved one who have passed, and that was all incorporated into the video. So that was it's very near and dear to my heart. And then this Christmas video that I just did, it was so much fun. I had so much fun shooting that one. It was filmed here in Nashville. I did some of it in Nashville, some out in East Nashville, and then some of it in Franklin.
Wow. Well, you're having fun. You're doing it. You're very productive and you're enjoying what you're doing and creative.
Absolutely, yeah. It's I always tell people if you have a talent, a God-given talent, that you have to pursue it. Because to me, God gave it to you for a reason. So He gave this to me for a reason. So I have to. I don't have a choice in the matter.
Well, why not? You got it. You got the ability, then you go for it. You do it. Have you ever
Yeah.
entered any music festivals or contests? And if so, have you won any competitions? Ever win any awards or prizes at all?
Competitions, no, I don't do competitions. I've played at festivals, yeah, quite a few festivals here and there. Um, but yeah, competitions, no, I don't do that.
Okay, so you can't think of any experiences where you entered and you won any kind of awards for writing songs or for performing at all?
Well, yeah, yeah. There's I just lots of awards. I just won Male Artist of the Year for at the Red Carpet Awards in Europe. So that was a wonderful thing. So
Congratulations.
and I've been nominated as Songwriter of the Year, a few different awards, and that a lot of accolades that way.
That's fantastic. It's something to be proud of. As far as okay, yeah, that's phenomenal. I like that. winning awards. Better
Yeah,
known better
that
known
was a
than
big
others.
surprise. Went to Europe for the Red Carpet Awards, which was held in Netherlands this year. So went over for that and uh, ended up winning Male Artist of the Year, which uh, it was very humbling to take that home, and but I was very surprised.
Better be surprised and disappointed. That's right.
Yeah. Well, I don't ever expect to win anything. I don't hold that as the main goal kind of thing. So if I win, I'm very honored. Uh, I'm very grateful, but it's not something if I don't win, then whoever won it deservingly.
That's a real good attitude to have.
Hmm.
What's a typical
So
day?
yeah, I don't.
What's a typical day as a singer and songwriter, Robert? What's your typical day?
Typical day.
Yeah.
I usually get up somewhere between no between 5:30 and 6:30 in the morning. I'll get up and then um, I'll uh, I'll eat my banana first thing. Have a banana. It's the first thing I do, and then I'll sit down and start going through emails, and then I'll do my social media stuff, and then I'll have breakfast after that. Then I tend to whatever business happens to whatever fire is happening at the moment, get that happening, and then I'll sit down with the guitar, pick up the guitar, play for a while. If something pops into my head to write, then I'll write. Uh, there's different things you end up doing in the evening, going to showcasing, go do things like that. So typical day is if I'm not on the road, if I'm not performing, it's I'm in my office here doing the stuff that I don't like to do.
You don't have time to be bored. You're a very busy guy.
I've never been bored a moment in my life. I don't understand how people can say they get bored. There's just so much to do in this big old world and so little time to do it. We have a very limited amount of time on Earth, so it shouldn't be wasted, and you should enjoy every single moment that you have, um, and just do. There's so much to learn. There's so much to do. There's so much to see. There's so much to experience. It's just I've never been bored a day in my life. Not a single moment in my life.
But what a positive attitude you have. And you're grateful and uh, very grateful for what you've done and what you're able to do. That's phenomenal. Do you have any, have you ever had an audition where you tried hard to make it work, to be a success, and you didn't get the part, whatever it was? And if so, how did you deal with that? Has that ever happened to you at all?
No, I've never really auditioned for anything. Just no,
Okay.
no. It's one of the things about this line of work is that you get hired to go in and do the jobs, and so I've never had to audition for anything.
I see.
I've uh, yeah, I'm trying to think. No, I've never auditioned for anything.
Okay. How about
I've been
talent
in
shows? Did you ever enter
a,
any talent shows growing up at all? If you did, what happened?
no, no.
Well, you're fortunate that you didn't have to try out for anything. People just hire you. You're able to,
Well, it's a lot of work that goes into getting ready for a show. There's a lot of work to becoming who I am. It's not like you just get someone calls you up out of the blue and hires you. It happens now, but in the early days, you have to go out and you have to hit the pavement kind of thing, and you're making phone calls and trying to get bookings and things like that. But uh, yeah, rejection is one of the things that you have to be used to in this business. When when I was first starting out, and this goes for anybody that's in this business, when you're trying to get bookings, the rule of thumb is usually about one for every 100 phone calls that you make, you'll get a booking. So when if you're trying to book a tour or something like that, so it's a lot of hard work, and it's not like it just happens because the business side of it is all part of that is getting the bookings and and getting those saying no, 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 no. So you'll get about 99 no's for every one yes when like in the early days of booking.
Well, you have to be able to deal with that then and just have a
Yeah,
tough skin, I guess, and just keep going on, not give up.
ab
Never give up.
absolutely.
Once
Yeah,
you give up, you're finished, of course. That's
that's right.
quitters never
And
win, quitters never quit. That's right.
yeah, and I've always had a pretty thick skin. I developed that from a very early age. Like mentioned earlier, I grew up pretty poor in a very poor community, so you develop a pretty thick skin like that, and then I spent 11 and a half years in the army, so that hardens you up a little bit more. I worked in construction industry, so that hardens you up. So
Wow.
yeah, I have a pretty thick skin, and rejection to me is just I don't get that very much these days, and I can't think of a recent one, but it happened a lot back in the beginning.
I got you. Well, you paid your dues, that's for sure. You're doing it.
Absolutely, yeah. And everybody has to. Everybody has to. If you don't, then it happens from time to time that someone kind of lucks into it, but that's very rare.
Right. And how do you deal with deadlines now? How are you able to handle deadlines?
Always got deadlines. Yeah, just try and I need to get better at it, at managing my time when I'm in my office. I don't care much for this part of the business. You have the music business, and the business side of it is the fun. That's not the part that's not fun. So it's about time management and trying to get things done in timely manner. Whatever has the highest priority of the day, get that done. Um, for deadlines, I kind of set my own schedule. So when it comes to creating an album, I have the material ready before I even start thinking about laying tracks. So deadlines to me, I'm the one that set most of the deadlines.
I see. Now, as far as in different aspects of the business, like writing songs or recording music in the studio or in-person appearances, which would you say stands out as your favorite of them all, and why?
My favorite is being on stage, singing to a live audience. That's my favorite part of it, all hands down.
And what is it
And
about that really excites you to get you? It must,
it's just a connection. As soon as you get that audience connected, there's no better drug in the world. To have someone singing your songs back to you that is a thrill beyond a thrill.
well, that takes a special talent and ability, which you have, and a great attitude. So you love what you're doing. If you don't, then you're in the wrong business. But you really love what you're doing, and you're a happy camper in what you're telling me. That's
Yeah,
phenomenal.
absolutely, absolutely. And then, a close second is seeing a song develop and then finish. Uh, when you have the finished product, it's just absolutely incredible. That's another rush. Like I say, there's things in this business that is a better high than any drug that's out there.
So personal appearances, your all-time favorite. That's what you love doing more than anything. And second would
Yeah,
be writing songs, creating songs.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the creation side of it,
And
love creating, but being on stage and interacting with the audience, it's that's something else.
that's a real high. That's really exciting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you have met Michael Stover. Now Michael Stover's got his own management company and a record company and everything, and he promotes you. How did you go about? I want to shout out to Michael Stover. How did you go about meeting Michael Stover?
Yeah, Michael's a wonderful man. I have all the time in the world for him. He's not only uh, a good person, he's a good human being. It's just, he's I can't say enough good about him. He's just an absolutely wonderful, wonderful person, and he has done right by me so many times. And I don't think the man ever sleeps, to be honest with you, because I can send him an email, doesn't matter what time of the day, and it seems like I'm getting an answer, in short order. Uh, it's He works hard. He works hard, very hard for his artist, and for me, I can't say enough good things about him. I met him. Uh, Kind of by coincidence. There's another artist of his that she's actually been on your show before. Her name is Pam Ross, no relation to me,
No relation, yeah.
but Pam comes to Nashville from time to time, and one night I was doing a writers round at the Commodore Grill. And I'm sitting on stage, and there was three other songwriters who I didn't know. I was sitting on the left side, and I had three other singer-songwriters to my right. And so the lady who runs that round, her name is Debbie Champion. And so Debbie's introduced the first person, introduced the second person, she introduced the third person, and then she introduced me. And I really wasn't paying attention to the names or anything. I was making sure my guitar was tuned and everything. I was getting ready. And so anyway, when Debbie introduced me, the lady sat beside me. She goes, "Your last name's Ross?" And it was Pam. So that's how Pam and I met. And so anyway, my wife was Pam came to stay with us one of her trips here in Nashville, and so my wife was talking to her, and they were talking about Michael. And so anyway, got Michael's details from her, and we gave him a shout, and he wanted me to send him some of my material, so I sent him a few of my songs, and got a message back from him a few days later saying that he'd be willing to work with me, he'd be happy to work with me. So, and
So,
that's where it took off from
so the
there.
information came, so the connection came through your wife?
Yeah, my wife was talking to Pam because Pam is one of Michael's artists also.
I see.
So actually, if you wanted to say that I auditioned for that, because I had to send him material to see if he was willing to work with me.
I got you.
So I guess in a roundabout way, I did audition for that.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that would be, sure, because you got to present it, and then he's got to like what he hears and sees, which obviously he
That's right,
does.
yeah.
He obviously does. Oh yeah, he's too busy. I mean, he'd be interesting to interview, but he's too busy with what he's doing. So I don't think he'd be interested. I remember I talked to him once. He doesn't like being on the phone. He told me that I guess he prefers emailing. But I have had many shows because of I shout out because of Michael Stover. So I think that's great. So
Yeah, no, Michael. Yeah, Michael's a wonderful man, and like I said, I have all the time in the world for him.
that's fantastic. So it's working out. He knows how to promote you, and you
Yeah,
have a great relationship and a great rapport with each other. It's a
yeah,
winner.
absolutely.
That's a win-win situation. Anyway, Robert, let me ask you something. If you had anything to do over again in your life and your career, would you do anything differently?
I would move to Nashville sooner.
You would. Okay.
Yes.
And why
Yeah,
would
I,
that?
I don't have regrets. I don't regret anything I've done. I've had a lot of great opportunities in that, but yeah, I should have probably moved to Nashville back in the '90s.
Why would that be the case? Why would you have moved to Nashville? There must have been a reason.
Well, this is where it happens. This is the epicenter of country music.
There's only a lot of songwriters and singers do perform and do produce songs and write songs and do performances in Nashville. That's
That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This here is the mecca for country music. It's if you want to be involved in country music, this is the place to be. You have to get in here, meet people, and as they say in the industry here, make your tribe, find your tribe. So the people that you work with on a regular basis, that you collaborate with, and you have to be here to make that happen.
I see.
So it would have been more beneficial to move here, you know, way back then.
I got you. All right.
But
Well,
I'm here now, and it's going great.
You have no regrets, but that's what you would have done. I got you. Are there
Yeah.
any present projects right now, Robert, that you're working on?
Yeah, well, working on getting the new single coming out early next year in beginning of February, the Heaven with You. So working on that, and going to be starting real soon on the video for that. So that's going to chew up a fair bit of time, and just writing. I'm involved with a writing syndicate. It's based in Ireland, and we're going to be doing a lot of writing for that. So they um, they handle all the like a lot of the big movies, documentaries, BBC. So every TV show you see, every movie you see, every documentary, there's music in it, and so they have to get that from somewhere. So the company that I have, the syndicate that I'm with, they've been picked as being the go-to company, uh, first. So whenever they're looking for uh, a song for a TV show or a movie, they'll come to us and uh, and then take it from there.
Well, I see. So you provide the music, the songs for them, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's just like the show Tulsa King with Sylvester Stallone. Having my song in one of his shows. So that's how it comes. And that one came through Michael. Michael got that placement for me.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Congratulations on that. That's great. Great job of Michael, and great job that fortunate that you're able to benefit from it. Very good.
yeah, yeah.
Now, Robert, do you have any dream projects, anything in the future you haven't done that you think that you'd like to do in the future?
I'd love to do. Well, I want to do a full Christmas album.
Okay.
That's one thing I want to do. And another thing that I want to do is I want to do a gospel album at some point.
Oh, okay. So you want to do a
So
Christmas album and a gospel album.
yeah, yeah, that's two things that I want to do. It'll be sometime in the future. I will get it done at some point. I'm not sure exactly when, because country music keeps me pretty busy, and it keeps me always going. There's always other songs being written. I have another full album recorded already. Just needs to be mastered. So that's another project. It's going to happen probably in 2027. So yeah, all kinds. There's quite a few projects ahead.
You have a lot to be looking forward to anticipate.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then every usually about 16 to 20 weeks releasing a new single to radio, and then about every 5 weeks going to be releasing a song to streaming platforms. So there's always those. That's project after project. There's a lot of things
Wow,
happening,
that's phenomenal.
a
That's
lot of
great.
things. Yeah, a lot of things happening, and a lot of things always lined up.
Well, that's something to look forward to. It's really something to be very excited about, especially an artist of your stature, for the things that you're doing. So you have a lot to be proud of. That's great.
I do. Yeah, I'm very proud of the accomplishments, and I'm very grateful and honored that this gift has been given to me.
Well, yes, well, you are very fortunate, and you're modest too. I mean, you're very grateful, and you give back to people, and you have a great talent. You love it with every fiber of your being. So it's a win-win situation for you and for the people that listen to your performances or your songs and everything. So, like I say, that's phenomenal. That's something to be. That's blazing hot and awesome is what that is, Robert. I like your
Yeah,
attitude too. I like your attitude. You got a great attitude. Okay, great smile, great
that's
attitude, a lot of talent.
that that's half the battle, keeping a positive attitude.
Of course, that it is. If people want to find out more about you, Robert Ross, how can they find out? To give me the links, entertainment website, Facebook page, YouTube channel, Instagram, Spotify, IMDb.com, LinkedIn. Tell me about all the how people can find out.
Yeah, I'm on pretty much all of them, and my handle for pretty much everything is Robert Ross Music. So Facebook is Robert Ross Music, Instagram's Robert Ross Music, TikTok is Robert Ross Music, um, and LinkedIn, same thing. If you want to get my website, That's robertrossmusic.com. And yeah, follow along. And if you want to send me a message, like all your listeners out there, to me, I love getting messages, and I may not get back to someone right away, but I will get back to them. I love reading the messages, and uh, I appreciate them taking the time. So if they take the time to send me a message, I'll always get back to them. So I look forward to it. That's a highlight of my day, seeing messages from people and then.
I think that's great. That's wonderful. I'm sure it's mutual. They like to engage with you, get involved with you, and then you enjoy doing it back and writing it back and
Yeah.
hearing about them. Fun.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I love the fans. I love the interaction and, the social media and all that stuff. It's quick. It's there. It's with you see right away and until I get to their town. And it's a good way of opening up that communication line and someone getting to know me, before, I go to their town or whatever.
I love it. I think that's great. That's a winner.
Yeah.
And you are, yeah. Anyway, yeah. I really enjoyed talking to you and interviewing you, Robert Ross.
Yeah. Thanks again, Johnny. Really appreciate you having me on again and taking the time for me.
My pleasure. I appreciate you. So I just want
And
to. So that's what I'm
wish
saying. Thank you very much, Robert Ross, for being a great guest. You're entertaining. You're fun. The time has gone by fast on the Amazing Ritual Johnny Blaze Show. And I always say to all my fans and friends, as we wrap it up and close the show, always keep a smile on your face and a song in your heart. And until next time, happy trails and blaze out.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to be a guest on the amazing original Johnny Blaze Show, please send us an email to amazingoriginalJBshow@gmail.com. All of our guests receive a complimentary DVD of their appearance on the show, and every episode appears on YouTube and Facebook, where we receive at least 3,000 to 5,000 views per episode. Always remember, we are much better than a podcast. We can be seen as well as heard. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Amazing Original Johnny Blaze Show. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the amazing original Johnny Blaze has just left the building. Good night. God bless. Thank you so very much.